Hi, this is Sarah with The Couple That Rips Together, and tonight I am doing a custom binder project. So the professor's research is a app that Zach is working on, and players and collectors through that app can build master sets. And so a couple of the master sets I'm working on is elephants and Tangela. So when I first met Zach, I was not very big fan of Pokemon. I didn't know much about it. But then I discovered that there was elephants in Pokemon, and I absolutely love elephants. I'm a big collector of elephants. And so I discovered Phanpy. And so I decided I wanted to collect all of the elephants cards and put a master set together. And then shortly after that, I discovered Tangela and just thought he was absolutely cute, and I wanted to collect all of the Tangela cards. So we had Crystal DTF transfers, print out some custom transfers for us. So on the front of my binder, I'm going to do this elephant transfer. It's all of the elephants that I'm collecting, and it says Sarah's herd on it. And then on the back of my binder, I am going to do a Tangela print on the back of the binder. And then Zach's project, he is working on a National Pokédex project. And so he was the one that originally got the idea to do the transfers. And so he had this custom transfer made of our name, The Couple That Rips Together. And so tonight, that's what I'm going to work on, is ironing on those transfers, and hopefully everything goes well. So thanks for joining us tonight. So the first step is that we got to take the iron and just do kind of a preheat, because you want the background to be hot. And we did do a test run of this earlier, and it seemed to go okay, so I'm hoping everything turns out well. I'm just making sure I have everything covered before I peel it up. And it does need to be peeled up when it is hot. You don't want to let it cool down first. So we're going to go ahead and see how that turned out. Looks like it transferred well. Now I'm just going to take my parchment paper and run over it again, just to kind of make sure everything is sealed well. I think that first time I just needed to make sure to put a little bit more pressure down. So normally you would use a heat press, but you can use an iron. It just requires a little bit more heat and a little bit more pressure to get that print to adhere to your binder. Sometimes you just have to use a little bit of patience. I want to make sure all of my edges are down well. Looks like it's set well. We'll go back to that one, and we'll let this one set, and we'll go ahead and work on Zach's. And then we'll do the back side of mine. Hopefully this is adhering okay. We'll take a look and see how that turned out. This one's just being a little bit more difficult for me. It is starting to adhere. I don't know if it's just the pressure that needs to be harder, or if it's the material of the binder that's just making it a little bit more difficult, but it's just taking a little bit longer. This one was just a little bit more challenging, but it is finally coming together. Now I'm just doing the final seal on it to make sure everything's sealed in good. And it looks like it turned out fairly decent. And then hopefully mine is ready to flip over and we can get that back side done. And if it is easier, you can use heat protectant tape too to try and hold your image in place, but my image doesn't seem to be moving around a whole lot. It seems to be staying where it needs to be. I think once you start using the heat on it, it seems to stay in place. So that is my project. It looks like it turned out fairly well. We'll have to do a little bit of trim work and fix it up a little bit, but otherwise it looks like it transferred well. So thank you for joining me tonight. Please subscribe. Don't be afraid to like, comment, and share. Have a good night.